Hey y'all, I just wanted to share a real quick video because I had a couple questions when I posted my journaling video on how I journal, and in that video I talk about how I love pictures and how I print a lot of pictures. And so some folks were like, how do you print pictures? Before I left town, I really wanted to do this now because I just really want y'all to try to think about it at least and see if it'd be an option for you, because I know it was really difficult for me to even fathom that I could do this at home, because I kept sending them off. But then when I did a ton of research, and it was like my eyes were bleeding because of how much research I was doing on how to print my photos, now it's like totally easy. And so if I can save you all that hassle, then I'm going to. So this is pretty much printing photo 101 with Allie. So if you'd like to know about that, keep watching. Y'all, I apologize ahead of time for my lighting because all I have is this camera to work with right now, and it does not adjust for when clouds go over the sun. So I'm sorry. The first thing that you need is a printer. When I was doing investigation on what kind of printer that I wanted, I found that the Canon Pixma was a really good printer. And the other thing that I loved about it was that the ink cartridges are separate, like the colors are separate. So sometimes you'll have a printer and the color cartridge is all three. You have three colors that make up your color in your pictures. They are cyan, magenta, and yellow. And so let's say that you're a landscape photographer and you have a lot of blues and greens and your photos, you're going to use up a lot of cyan and like yellow, cyan more than yellow, more than you would the magenta. And so if you have that little trio in that one cartridge and you run out of cyan, your printer's going to tell you you need a new cartridge, and they make you pay for another one, even though there could be like half of magenta left. So I don't really like that. I like seeing really which one is low and then just replacing that ink when it's low. So this particular printer is a Canon Pixma, I think it's a 5220, and they have way better ones now. And I only got it for $99 at Best Buy, and it does a decent job. I mean, I would never print my clients' photos from this printer, but it's fine for like scrapbooking and journaling and all that. The other thing I love about this, of course, it's wireless. Most printers are wireless nowadays, but with this one, I have an app on my smartphone. So getting a good printer that you can print wirelessly and that's pretty easy for you to figure out is a plus. And then of course, most of us, I hope most of us, have a smartphone where we can take pictures so that we can do this easily. It isn't as easy if you have, a regular camera that you're using. I'm talking about using a smartphone to take my pictures, because I do that all the time. I pretty much save my big camera, 5D Mark III, for like my clients and like when I want to do special shoots of my family or something like that. But for most part, I do all my picture taking for journaling and scrapbooking with this. And I started with the iPhone 4 and it did a decent job, but the 6 is way better. Moving on. So you need a good printer that you can figure out quite easily. I would recommend having an ink system that you can change just the separate colors. Speaking of ink, when you are printing photos from home, you use a lot of ink. And so you need to find something that's going to be cost effective to replace ink. Now my printer uses the Canon, again, the different colors. But if you go to inkjetsuperstore.com, okay, I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just figured it out myself where to go for cheap ink. And when I say cheap, I don't mean the quality is cheap, because I'm telling you the truth. This ink is just as good as the Canon ink. I don't see a difference. I've used both. And I'm a stickler when it comes to photos. So this ink $5, I think, or a little less than $5 for one of these cartridges. The whole pack of the Canon brand ink that has the two blacks. There's a printer, like document printer black, photo black, then you have your cyan, magenta, yellow. All 5 of those, I think are like 50 or $60 or something like that at the store, but I can get them for $20 or something from inkjetsuperstore.com. And they have a rewards program too, so if you're printing a lot of pictures, you get free ink eventually. Here's the other thing that I really love, and I will show you. The cartridge itself is clear. So, you know how sometimes, like, I feel like sometimes I'm like Miss Conspiracy Lady, and I feel like all that your ink cartridges really aren't running out, and they want you to make you, make them run out, or they want to make you go buy some more. You can see, can you see that? Can you see? You can see the ink. You can see if it's running really low or not. And honestly, these inks have the same chip that the Canon inks do, and I think their brand of ink applies for all different kinds of printers. It's the same communication chip to the printer. Honestly, when they say these are out, when this ink cartridge tells my printer that it's out, it's really out, because I'm looking at it and it's like, you can see even on the spongy looking thing, it's all dried up here, whereas the Canon ones are dark and you can't see anything. So I really liked it. It was almost like an accountability for that ink company. I just can't say enough wonderful things about these inks that I buy. So it's very, very, very cost effective to buy the inks from there. And again, like, you're actually able to see if it's for real low or not. Sometimes it won't be, I can still get some more juice out of it. But for the most part, it pretty much is out. So ink, you need to be able to be thinking about where you're going to get your ink from. That's where I get my ink from, inkjetsuperstore.com. Look, my printer's all like, because I just took that thing out, so it's got to do its little thing. And then you got to talk about paper. Let's talk paper. We love paper, don't we, in our journaling communities and scrapbooky and planning communities. So the other thing is you're going to be having to buy a lot of paper. Is my hair going crazy? Why do I forget about my hair so much? I don't know. So where do you get your paper, Allie? Well, I'm glad you asked. I will let you know. I get my paper from Red River Paper Company. It's kind of obvious on the box, isn't it? This paper company is actually a professional photo paper company. They do sell to professional photographers, and I love it. The texture, the one that I get is 68-pound Ultra Pro Satin 4.0. It is 100 4x6 sheets, and I get this for $20, I think it is. Let me make sure that is accurate. I get this box, this 100 count 4x6 box, it is $20.59. That ain't bad. You know what I mean? They do have 8.5 by 11 if you would prefer to do like a big old contact sheet. The coffee is done, or done warming. It's like, we're done waiting for you, Allie. I just recently got the 66-pound Polar Pearl Metallic, and I do not use this one as much. It is a glossy. It's got a metallic under, underneath it is very shimmery. It's really awesome for like sunsets, landscapes, black and whites. Oh my gosh, this makes a fantastic black and white. But I don't use it much for like a ton of stuff. Like this one's definitely more used than this one, because just the satiny finish of this one is just delicious. And my Jelly Roll pens write really well on this paper. Paper is a big deal because it can get expensive, and so you need to be able to purchase your paper fairly cost effectively, but still have a nice paper. So I go to redriverpaper.com, I think is what it is. So inkjetsuperstore.com, redriverpaper.com, get yourself a nice printer, and you should be good to go. You're ready to go now if you have a smartphone that can take photos. Okay, so moving on. I'm sorry. This is probably going to be long, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time, because this is all the information y'all need to know for printing good stuff, and I don't want to leave anything out. I just want it to be pretty clear on what's going on. So if you have a smartphone, I have the iPhone 6, so you can take photos on your phone. And since, again, I'm a photographer, I choose to edit my photos in a little app to kind of give it like a moody feel or a fun, bright feel, like kind of like your Instagram kind of a thing. So find some photos on your phone. You don't have to edit them. That's just something that I do to do something, you know, extra and fun. So I have some photos here of my husband in an old bookstore. We love going to these old mom and pops bookstores and like browsing the commentaries and old Bibles and Eastern Press books and all that. And so Dave and I were kind of on a day date because my kids were at VBS, and I was taking some photos of him unbeknownst to him, looking through, he's so cute, looking through all those little, it's like a candy shop for him, for Bathtub Man. It is a candy shop. Of course, he likes his books. So I did my little editing on it. If it is blowing circuits right now, like, oh my gosh, I can't edit. Don't edit. Just do your pictures. So I will let you know that. But I'm going to save them to my camera roll because I had not saved them yet. Elevator music right now. Dum, ba-da, dum, ba. Okay, we're done. For the 4x6 paper, you need 2 photos, okay? So you've got your 2 photos. Now what you are going to need to have to do this pretty easily is some sort of collage app. There are bajillions out there that you can use. Find one that works well for you. The one that I use is called PicFrame, and I don't know, I don't really update my phone a lot, which is really bad. So I'm not sure if the picture has changed or not. It's just PicFrame, PICFRAME. And I will try to find the links to these apps if I can, so and post them in the description. So I just go to a PicFrame. The only thing that you need to make sure with your collage app is that you can change the ratios of your pictures, because right now you see it's all square. This is a square ratio, and obviously that's not going to print out photos on a 4x6 paper. So if you go to a 1x1, which is on right now, and you see all these ratios, you need to find the 3x2, okay, ratio. 3x2 will print on a 4x6. You will get 2x3 photos on one 4x6 picture. It's clear as mud, right? So it'll make sense in a second. It'll still looks square, but you'll see. So I'm gonna pick this one right here that's got the 2 photos side by side. So I'm picking that one. Okay, there's 2. Now I'm gonna go, and if we click here, it'll give you an option to either take a photo or go to your camera roll. So I'm gonna go to my camera roll because I just saved those pictures into my camera roll. And I'm gonna pick both of them, done, and it pops them right there. Pops them into that little collage. And so, see, there's a border around them though, and I don't want the border because that's gonna take from my picture. Oh, sun's going down, sorry. Style, if you go to this style thing, you can change the width of your border. You can make really wide or really nothing. So I took the border away, and so now all you see is 2 photos side by side. And then what I like to do to make sure I've got the perfect 2x3s, because sometimes I accidentally move the line in the middle, and then one of my photos will be just a tinge shorter than the other one. So what I like to do is just to make sure that they're not moving at all. It's so irritating when that happens to me. So then I go to share, and I'm just gonna save it. Now we're ready to print. So at this point, after you have chosen the photos, the 2 photos that you want to print, I'm sharing this tutorial as you're gonna print on a 4x6 photo paper. So after you have chosen your 2 photos, after you've put them in a collage app, taken away any borders, made sure they're, you know, oriented the way that you want, then this is the part where it's really awesome if you can find a printer that has an app associated with it for your phone. Now at this point, if you don't have a printer that has an app, and you can look on your phone. Sometimes they have them, and you can just download like a new driver for your printer and it'll start working if it prints wirelessly or whatever. If not, at this point, you would take that photo that's in your camera roll now and just like email it to yourself, and then from there print it out on your printer. That is an extra step. I was doing that for a long time, was emailing photos to myself. But this way, oh my gosh, this made it, there's no excuses now, y'all. There's no excuses for me not to print out photos for my journaling. The printer app that I have is called, it's like a Canon IEPP, Easy Photo Print, something like that. Easy Photo Print. And so what it has here are some options. So I'm gonna just go to my camera. Oh no, I don't wanna take a camera. That's not what I wanna do. Never mind, that's not what I wanna do. I wanna go to my photo albums. Here's my little collage that I just made. I just made this in the picture collage thing. And you see those two photos side by side. Okay, so I'm gonna select that one. Bam! See, there's a little one here saying like, there's one picture ready for you to print. And so I go there. And then you'll see your printer pop up. You'll see a thing that says paper size, media type, border, whatever the app that you have that'll be pretty self-explanatory, hopefully, and easy to use on what to do. Like for me, for paper size, I'm putting 4x6. For the media type, I'm putting the Pro Platinum just because I did my own little test to see which one works best with the colors. And I put borderless because I don't want any borders on my paper. And then I just grab my paper, 4x6 sheet, okay, stuff it in the back. And then I go print. Now, just magically sending something through the air. It's supposed to anyway. I hear it talking. I hear it now. It's doing something here. More elevator music. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, dum, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's taking a lot longer than I thought. Good grief, y'all. It has taken forever. Oh my gosh. For real. Promise this is easy. This hasn't happened before. I think it's because I took out that blue ink, the cyan. It's saying, please be patient. No. There it goes. Yay. I love that sound. It worked finally. I don't know. I think because I took the cyan ink out, it was all like, bzz, 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 like it had to figure out where it was or something. I don't know. But I have my two pictures now. Do you see that? They're kind of dark. Maybe the sun will brighten up finally and you can see them. But got a picture of my hubcap right here. And a picture of my hubcap right here with a book that he found, and I will slice it down the center and I will probably glue it back to back. Usually that's what I do, and then washi it in. Lots of explaining on how to do it, but once you get it all together in your brain and you implement it, it's really not that hard. It's as easy as finding the pictures you like, putting them in a pic collage app, and saving them and using a app for your printer to print wirelessly to your printer. So easy. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty because my printer was all like, you took ink out of me, but but it did finally print. And it usually doesn't take that long at all. I think it's because I took that ink out to show y'all the ink cartridge. I hope that made printing photos at home a little less scary. It really isn't that scary or intimidating if you just kind of make sure that you have everything in line. Like, you know, your paper, is it cost effective? Is your ink going to be cost effective? Is your printer going to be easy to use? Can you get a printer that has an app so you can print from your phone to your printer? That makes a world of difference. And so if you can get all those things in line, then you are good to go, girl or boy, whoever you are good to go. You can print photos from home, and you can just fill up those journals with pictures of your life. You know, it'll be good. It'll be good. Just try, think about it. Think about it. Okay? All right. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will really, really try to get this. I have like 2 days. I have 2 days till I leave on a jet plane, and so I'm really hoping to get this up before I leave. So thanks so much. I will see you later. Bye. Swift it. Swift it good, because my printer was really dusty. Even though I have been printing pictures, I've been printing it with a dusty printer. Isn't that bad? Whew.